So Dan and I have 4 children. We have 2 boys and 2 girls. Alex is in college. Brent passed away 2 years ago. Lauren is heading off to college this year. And Olivia is a rising 7th grader.
Well, it's kind of ironic. RamerNation didn't actually start off as a compliment. It didn't actually start off with what it is today. We used to play volleyball, sand volleyball out at Whiskey Island. Most of the other people weren't even married, let alone have kids. And so it wasn't always easy to get a babysitter, so we would go trekking out there with our 3 kids in tow, and we walk out there, and the people that were already out there were looking and see this whole gaggle of kids coming behind us, and they were calling us RamerNation. It's since evolved into something much more special to us, and it just kind of represents the bond we have as a family, how we stick together. We work through our problems, we make the best, no matter what we've been dealt, we just try to make the best of it, try to have fun where we can, as well as all the support of all the people that have helped us out over the years.
So 2 of our children, Brent and Lauren, have a rare inherited genetic disorder. Brent was diagnosed with a very large osteosarcoma, which is when we discovered that he and Lauren both had Lee-Fraumeni syndrome. Most difficult is that a lot of pediatric cancer, so 50% of the cancers that will happen with people that have Lee-Fraumeni will show up in the childhood settings. When we started scanning, that's when we found Lauren's first brain tumor. So we had 2 children in the hospital at the same time undergoing treatment.
After Brent passed away, Lauren was in the middle of treatment. Lauren had to go back into the same hospital and to continue treatment, and it was very hard.
So Brent and Lauren have just had incredible challenges and near constant cancer of various diagnoses. It's consumed our family for the better part of a decade.
I think one of the most important things about A Kid Again is that it's certainly about the child that's going through the medical issue, but it's not just that. It's about the entire family. They recognize that there's one child that's sick, but it affects the entire family.
I like that they always have something fun to do. There's always something new and fun that they have planned for us. I'm just always excited when I get a letter in the mail from A Kid Again saying there's a venture soon.
Whoever could go, and if something inevitably came up, like a lot of times Brent would get a fever and have to be rushed to the ED. And it was always very disappointing when that would happen. He worried about the toll that it would take on his siblings, and he would take such joy in hearing about the different things that, even if he didn't go to it, if he missed it.
Yep, just sending him photos. When we got back to the hospital, just telling him about it, and he just loved it.
And he felt like he didn't miss out by hearing how much Olivia enjoyed going to a hockey game.
I think that one of the coolest parts of A Kid Again is that no 2 families necessarily have the same story. They all are going through their own hardships, but you go there and you see people and you can see little bits of, their struggles, but you don't actually see that when you're talking to them. You see them as people. You understand there's that common understanding that everybody is coming from something hard, and you see all of these patients as kids. And I think that that's something so special, because as a cancer survivor, going back to school, it's very alienating because, I'm going there with a bald head. I'm going, after missing, weeks on end of school. You feel very out of place, but I felt very, very at home at every single event at A Kid Again. I've kind of grown up with A Kid Again, and I think that that's been one of the most helpful things that I've had as a resource. I just hope that A Kid Again is able to keep growing, because it really does make a big impact on not just the patient, but the whole entire family. It gives you a little slice of normality in our crazy world.